In just a few seconds we'll go off for the home round of the championship for the 5th time ever on this track in Zandvoort. The 4th time normal clockwise, 5th time overall, and we are off here in Zandvoort. Cub has a bad start, bad reaction time. Salami already around the outside. Kimi goes down the inside. Pierre has a bit of a slow exit of turn 1. Kimi doesn't take that much, but Pierre spins it on his own and tags along with Kimi and Salami. Cubs are now up into P1 from that bad start. Salami has been hit, but oh my goodness. So what happened? Noah, not Nico, crashed with Salami, and then Salami was spun onto Kimi and Kmoy was collected along with Ben. A safety car was called and safety car came into the pits now, and Noah went really early. Normally you'd wait until the back straight, and Kimi and Pierre have already questioned and they collected Ben. Salami here in P4 with the 2 Renault Midnight Racings and Cup.
Huge stop was breaking into time 1. Can you check what's happening?
We noticed that you have some debris on your left front of your right next to the brake lines. It may cause difficulties braking. Try riding up some curbs to remove it.
That's a board radio after we saw Cub have a massive issue as now Salami and Cub are fighting here through the middle section of the track. Cub overtakes Salami, but he has a huge tank slapper there on the corner. 1-2 for Midnight Racing at their home race, as Salami is looking at the inside of the banking while Cub defends the low middle part of the banking. Cub outbrakes himself once more. Now Salami is down the inside, he will probably get past Cub, let's go, and he will have just about enough traction to out-traction the Scuderia Salami of Salami. Here the 2 Renaults, Pierre and Kimi, are fighting here through Schijfvlak. Or Kimi puts his nose in. Is he gonna go down the inside of Pierre? Pierre breaks down the inside. Pierre hits a little bit of the wall and the curb, and Kimi is ahead of him. So it's the 2 Renaults, Noah from Kmoy. Then it's gonna be Cub. Then Salami as Noah takes a wide line for a better exit over Kmoy. Behind Salami it's a huge gap to Kimi and then Pierre and Ben behind them, who is a long way behind Pierre as well. Ben has reported that the laps aren't being counted correctly, and we are getting some reports that other drivers from other teams have said that as well. Race direction doesn't do anything with it. So the leaders are just here to drive for absolute shit. Direction is nowhere to be seen. Is that Cub? Cub has lost ground. Yeah, through the banking now, behind Pierre and Kimi. So that means Salami up into P3, Cub all the way down in P6. Luckily he has a huge gap over Ben. Oh, Pierre hits the wall. And he has crashed. So we are now going on to lap 6 of the GP. Kmoy ahead of Noah, I believe. Cub has caught up to Pierre, who obviously had that issue going into Schijfvlak. Pierre defends and they crash. Pierre hits the pit wall on his left rear right as they collided, and that has to be a safety car for sure. And the safety car is being called out right now for the 2nd time. We are going off again.
I think the debris is gone. Oh, we will try now.
And try now they will, as he throws it down the inside. Final lap, that can't be true, mate. We still have 2 left to run as the safety car laps don't count. But it's Noah from Kmoy, from Kimi, from Cub. What will they do with the extra laps? Because we definitely have a few more laps to go. As Noah is ahead of Kmoy once more. Unlike the restart, he probably overtook it on the restart. The checkered flag is being thrown, but it can't be true, as there are 2 entire more laps to run after this. Kmoy and Kimi have crashed, by the way. I missed it. Totally missed it. This is not the checkered flag. Every driver is stopping. So, quick disclaimer here. RK didn't know the fucking rules, and he didn't know that the safety car laps didn't count. So he just called it off. But the drivers chose to continue the final 2 laps. So that's what we're gonna look at right now. Countdown by Cubson. On board with Cubson, RK has lost his control over the race situation. Cub is behind Noah. Salami behind him, as you could see that pink car bump up in the background. Noah has a bit of a mistake on the exit of the corner of the Hugenholzbocht. Now into Schijfvlak. Noah from Cub. Down this flat corner, tricky corner, most tricky corner on the track in my opinion. Noah knows the lines. Cub does too. Cub takes a little bit too much of the inside there. And takes a little bit too much of that first curb. Jesus Christ, Salami is sticking with them even though his setup has been scuffed this entire weekend. And the entire season basically. Scuderia Salami is not on it, unlike McLaren, BMW and Midnight Racing. Now we are onto the final lap of the race, I believe. Now it really is the final lap, I believe. The intercoms are completely gone, but we still have the footage here. As it is Noah pulling away from Cubson compared to last lap at the same point here. Cub is maybe slotting in for a P2 here at Zandvoort, although this corner he just masters. He masters the second to last corner, onto the banking, onto the straightaway. As Noah wins his first ever race in Zandvoort and also becomes the first ever race in the 5th running to not have won the Dutch Zandvoort GP and not be Dutch. Then Cub and Kmoy rounds out the podium. The sprint here at Raceway Van Rij, and we're almost off here. Long wait for the go, but it goes. Thought the lights are gone. Marco does not have the reaction time. Pierre here on the low inside bend takes high corner to not crash. Nico is fucking around with the steering, goes aggressive to the middle. Cub might hit him. That's not gonna be the good way to go there. Cub goes for the switchback round the inside. Holy damn, Nico, that's dangerous, and he spins himself off because of his aggressive driving. Pierre still in first. It looks to be Pierre, Cub, Salami, and then I believe it is Ben. Obviously, Cubson has the better low downforce setup. Pierre takes in it. He goes low, wide, low. Cub takes the middle the entire way through. Now he takes high to get hopefully a better exit for him. That's a little bit too much of a cutback as he loses some ground to Pierre here. Pierre takes way too much inside. He isn't even on the banked bit anymore. And Cub into the lead of this Raceway Van Rij sprint. Nico is gonna get lapped right now for the first time. Cubson leads for the first time in a long time, probably since Le Mans, I'd say, where he led most of the race, then lost the lead, but he did go to win it because of the penalties for the Midnight Racing out the cars. Kmoy is up into second. We know that Kmoy can master ovals and road courses. He's yet to prove himself on an oval, but the direction has actually said that was Pierre taking out Ben. Pierre just took out Ben even though he retired. That's absolutely wild. The Polishman is looking set to win yet another race at the oval here in Van Rij. Just a few more laps and corners to go here. These two extremely banked corners. Are for really high speeds here. As here's the first back marker.
Oh man,
ready.
Nico, chill. Chill.
That was indeed a bit close. I'd agree with Cubson here. Because that was way too close for comfort. Here, Kmoy has fully closed up. He came off better off that back marker. But that's the finish.
Whoa, sprint win. Come on.
So behind these two we have Salami, Nico, Marco, Ben, Noah, who has DNF, but that's not shown here, and Pierre as well. They don't get points anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And we are off for the main event here at Van Rij. Is that Marco once again with a bad start, his second one of the day here at Van Rij. As Pierre once again gets into the lead. Salami gets a little bit of a push by Cup. Cup takes it flat. You can't take that corner flat, mate. That's a crash. Timo, Franco, Colapinto, aka Noah crashed. Pierre is the only one unscathed out of there. That was absolutely chaos. And we will probably see a red flag as half the grid got crashed out. Cup came off good. And it's a red. And we are off for the second time here at Van Rij. Marco once again with the bad start. Third time today. As that's Ben and Salami who are off already. Ben did not get any space from Salami there from my point of view. Bit of personal opinion here. But Marco puts Cup into the wall. That's just blatant. You can't even get opinions on that. That's just what happened. As now Noah and Marco are fucking around in the banking. Dangerous spot. Marco keeps his foot in. Gets cut off by Noah though as he has to compromise his head. Oh, that's war crimes. Nico, what is Nico doing? Well, he's taking the wrong route. Study the tracks, mate, otherwise you shouldn't even show up. What the fuck is this? Yeah, you need to learn the tracks, mate. Oh, Pierre spun it from the lead. Together with Kmoy probably, because Kmoy is slow. He's probably trying to give back the position. Or maybe not, because now he's going flat out to defend from Cub and Salami behind, but he hits a little bit of the inside wall there. Not too bad for your tires and suspension, but still. I would recommend against hitting that wall. Kmoy though is now back on the ass of this Polish driver. Probably takes more speed onto this banking. He does. Cub takes the inside though, so you can't really do anything from the outside into this corner. Yeah, Cub takes P2. Noah is pushing away. His first win obviously at the last round. That's a bit of a spin from Kmoy. Kmoy lets him back by. He needs to do it fair and square and he knows. And he will. As the safety car is being called out on track. Is that Kmoy spinning? It doesn't really matter though, because the safety car is out. As Noah leads over Cub, Kmoy, and then Salami, I believe. We are gonna see a safety car soon. Maybe not. The safety car is not coming. What's happening? Ben is the race direction right now, but he's driving as well. Nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing. The safety car should be called. Should have been called already. Kmoy is getting angry. Cub doesn't know anything. He's just driving. Zero organization. The organization has left the session. Because RK doesn't even know the fucking calendar and he was hired. So Ben, you need to do better with hiring people. Red flag. Yeah, that's way too late, mate. Wonder what they're gonna do for the lineup. Probably gonna have to fight it out. Cap, you need to charge your fucking phone. You won't make it on 5%, mate. Anyways, red flag, so the grid has stayed relatively intact here as Pierre has chosen to be safety car voluntarily. As now we're off. Ben has a great start, but he gets pushed wide by absolutely no one. He just runs himself off. Cub has the outside, cuts back to the inside. Pierre has said something already over the communications. What has he said? Safety car, but the safety car is being denied by the guys who crashed, which are Ben and Nico. They crashed in the first corner. No safety car. Noah is still leading, like he has done for most of this afternoon here in Van Rij. But Kmoy is a hungry guy who has already secured his title. Let's not forget that, as well as Midnight Racing. Midnight Racing obviously snatched the title at Zandvoort. We forgot to even talk about that last session. And now, before the race start, you did not hear the pre-race talk where we obviously discussed Kmoy's victory over Noah in the sprint, where he finished second compared to Noah's P7, which doesn't even award a singular point. Now I have 3 different champions. 2 McLaren champions, a Sauber champion. Cup spins it and gets passed by Salami. He's now down to P4. But he gets back underway. And as I was saying, one Cyber champion, Cubson in season 1, one Midnight Racing champion, Kmoy in season number 4, the current season of course, and 2 McLaren champions, Cubson in season 3 and Juan Pablo Montt in season 2. The roaring V8 engine is going all out right now. Safety car is being called on track, this time for real. As Noah made a mistake, but he was probably checking his comms. So safety car, out on track. Noah made a small mistake there, doesn't even matter because the safety car is coming out. Yeah, safety car queue has been found. When is Kmoy going? He's going right now. The grease guy up into P1. Noah has a good start compared to Salami and compared to Cubson. He sends it down the first corner. And he's already closing the gap to Kmoy. That's a bit of a cut there. Maybe a bit of a dirty one, cheeky one. Nico just smashes it into the back of Cub almost. That was an amazing start from the Scottish dude, Noah Kashi. Kmoy still leads. Noah is hungry for a second win after that first win in Zandvoort. Now Ferna has the record for most podiums without a race win after Ben had it for a long time. And then Noah inherited it after Ben's Ardennes GP victory. But now after Zandvoort it's back to Ferna, who was tied with Noah for a long time. Just one race, but long time. And the record is just at 2 podiums. So if you score 3 podiums, you're screwed and you'll get the fun record, guys.
Another episode of Renault going off the track.
Noah in second, pushing his teammate to another level. That's what they have been doing all season long. Kmoy is looking to push away. Cub cuts a bit of the corner but gets its karma as he hits a bit of the tire barrier. Now the 2 Midnight Racings are fully gone. Here goes Cubson once more around that final bend, which is kind of a fun bend. Last year Ben obviously had a crash there. Pretty big one. He collected, I believe, Nico and maybe Rams, I'm not sure. Rams has, by the way, since retired since race 2 for performance issues at Jaguar. Cub's car looks fine to me. They probably checked it after Zandvoort, even though back then they already said it was good. Race is kinda boring for Cubson in the middle of nowhere, just hoping that the 2 Renaults will clash under safety car conditions. I missed the safety car call. Nope, yeah, that's a safety car. No, Cubson had a little bit of a hoopsie there. As we can see that their cars behind have closed up to the train. Nico here doing a bit of drag race with Cubson. The most boring part are obviously the safety cars. By the way, one more racing lap to go after this safety car comes back in again. Safety car is coming in right now. Kmoy will get the lead for one final time around Raceway Fenray, and obviously Assen is after this race. final race of the season. I can already spoil that the attendance at Essen was absolutely rubbish. But it was a pretty fun race. As Kmoy is going now, Noah is about as watching as Cubson. And Noah makes a bit of a mistake there. Nearly hits the wall, cut nearly into P2. Kmoy is slow through the middle sector compared to Noah. But in the first and second sector, the flat out sections, Kmoy is fast. Now final time through the banking of Fenrye.
So that's how I could do.
And
P3.
Kmoy wins the Fenrye GP.
Better luck next season, I guess.
As Cubson says that he hopefully will have better luck next season with the lighter cars. You'll see that next season. And now Kmoy wins his final race of season 4. He won the 10 next race. Then Noah in P2 making it a 1-2 for Midnight Racing. We have to cherish this race, especially me as team boss. Then Cubson running at the podium in his McLaren. Then Salami, Ben in P5. Then Marco in P6, Nico in P7, who actually finished P5, but had a 2-place grid grab for cutting half the fucking track. Like, he just cut everything. Anyways, Pierre, DNS, he obviously turned, or did not, DNF, sorry. He obviously didn't finish due to becoming the safety car. And I would like to thank everybody for watching, and obviously the finale will come out soon. It has already happened as of recording, because I was late with this video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and till the next one.